right, it's the next day, guys, and we're gonna go put the chain on the bike. All right, that's the last thing we gotta do. Put the chain back on, and I gotta put the left side foot peg back on. I'm gonna leave the foot peg off. I left the foot peg off now because it might be easier for me to install the chain, because yeah, there's a little more room to work on back there without that stupid cross brace, man. But yeah, that's all that's got to be done, is we just got to install the chain. So right now there's nothing hooked up, it's just spinning freely. Okay, hopefully the chain fits on there nicely. I'll let you guys know how it goes. All right, I'll take some pictures. All right guys, so the chain I'll be using, all right, is primary drive motocross chain. All right, it's here's what it says on the side. It's a 420, all right, it's a 420 gold MX racing chain, all right, 112 links. All right, so I believe the what is it? Let's open it up. The stock Sauron 48 tooth is 106 links. All right, so according to Ian at HadesOmega Moto, you need 112 link chain, or you need 6 extra links. All right, so that puts us at 112. So here it is. This is the chain. There you go. This is the this chain I used about for half the year of races. Yeah, and it did really good. All right, I never broke it. So this is the best chain HadesOmega highly recommends this for racing. Okay, guys. This will last the longest, because the DID chain that I bought did not last at all. So, okay, so hopefully this is long enough. All right, I'm hoping it'll either be longer, or it'll be yeah. Hopefully it'll be longer and not shorter. Okay, I would rather have it longer than shorter. Okay, because then I can shorten the chain, and that's not hard to do. All right, guys, but. And one thing to note is that they don't make a 106 link chain. All right, I think I had to buy 112 and cut 6 links off before. So yeah, that's a scoop. All right. So, but anyway, hopefully this fits. 100. If 112 fits, that makes it easier for me. I never have to cut the chain anymore. I can just plop it on there. Okay. But that's the chain. There's the master link. There's a little little sauce packet in there. There we go. So I'm gonna go install it, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright guys, what a bunch of liars, man. It didn't fit. Alright guys, I've got it adjusted as far in as it will go. Alright, you know what's funny? The whatchamacallit, the adjusters don't go all the way in, guys. Alright, if you use a stock adjustment bolt, it doesn't thread all the way into the swing arm, guys. You can't get it in all the way in there. So what's the point of having all these adjustment marks if you can't adjust it all the way in there? I gotta use like a smaller bolt or something. All right, so a couple problems here, guys. I can't adjust it all the way in, and my Supermoto slider is hitting the edge of the swing arm. All right, the tip of the swing arm. I want to be like in the middle of this. All right, guys, and it doesn't reach. It's not long enough. All right, this is as much as I can adjust it inward. All right, nah, you know what? I might be able to get a little bit more if I take the Supermoto slider off, but I need the Supermoto slider, guys. So yeah, so that's a scoop. Yeah, anyway, so what I'm gonna have to do, all right, this is a 112 link chain. I've got my old chain. I actually had to shorten my old chain. I had the extra links there. We're gonna have to double link it, guys. I don't want to do it, man, but I think we're gonna have to double link it, man. I'm not happy with that one bit. So what I'm gonna do is, hopefully we can back this off a little bit too, because this is touching this. So I want to get it a little further back. All right, so yeah, there's a couple things I'm not impressed with this swing arm. All right, that you can't adjust that bolt all the way in. It's got too many tick marks. All right, so that means you should be able to adjust it more in, right? Maybe it should have just came with adjustment bolts and blocks in the first place, right? Its own, that type of thing. So I don't have to use my own one. So that's my suggestion. Like, yeah, why don't you just provide the freaking adjustment hardware with it, you know? And then what I was told, 112 links or 6 plus. All right, and you use 106 link chain on for a 48 tooth sprocket. All right, so what's 106 plus 6? 112. That's why I bought a 112 link chain. All right, like I said, the worst case scenario is the chain is too short, and guess what? It's too short, guys. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make the chain bigger, is what I'm gonna have to do. All right, so. All right, oh yeah, we'll go on there. But yeah, that's if I pull it out all the way. All right, so. Yeah, I think even if I was able to move this all the way in, what if I just took the adjusters out, you know? Yeah, even if I was able to move this, one thing, this would hit this. All right, it's already touching right now. So, and I don't even think it would still reach. So, we're close, but not close enough. My suggestion: get like 114 or get like 116 link chain and just cut it down to the size you want it, guys. Get a longer chain than you need. All right, so you can cut it down to how much you need. All right, but that's what I was told, and it's not true, guys. It's just shy. It's like 2 links shy of like making it, guys. So the master link, you can't put the master link in like that. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add this extra link of chain. All right, this is the chain that I see. This is the part that I cut right here. All right, I cut off the other chain. We're gonna add this to that. All right, or I could take my old chain and cut it too, but I'd rather use the brand new stuff. All right, so we're gonna, and then I have to get the old master link too, so I gotta go pull that guy out too. So what HadesOmega does not like about double master linking is that's one more, okay, that's one more extra master link to go bad. All right, so that's one more extra master link I gotta, you know, babysit all the time. I think what HadesOmega is going to do is to I'm gonna safety wire one of them, and then I'm just gonna glue one of the other one. All right, so if I do want to take the chain off, I'll just take the glue off, you know. I'm not sure, guys. But one thing's for sure, we need to make this chain longer. So unfortunately 112 links doesn't work, guys. 112 links doesn't work with the 48 tooth. So there's another thing I'm really disappointed in KO Moto. No instructions, and it doesn't mention anywhere what, you know, the different size chains you need. All right, it's a longer swing arm. You're gonna need a longer chain. Why not put that information on the website? You know, where you buy it from, or in an instruction manual or something on the box. There was nothing like that, guys. So this I'm kind of pissed off at that, man. I wish they had given more information about this, man. That's one thing about KO Moto I don't like, man. They don't have any instructions for anything, guys. So I'm disappointed in this. Okay, they should have had that stuff, you know. Oh, you need this long chain for this, you know, for this sprocket. No, but no, they don't have anything like that. Shouldn't they have already like figured that stuff out when they made this, right? Why not give it to the consumers? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Anyway, it's not +6 links, guys. It's like +7 or +8. I would add 8 extra links to what you need, all right? And then cut it down to the size that you need, all right? I've got plenty of adjustment. Look at that. And we're all the way in. So yeah, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add these extra links, all right? I think this makes it extra 2 links, right? Yeah, that's an extra 2 links, I think. Well, it's going to be extra like 3 or 4 links when I put the master link. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, I would definitely order like 8+ links. All right, so I would do 8+ links, or for a stock 48 sprocket, what's 8 + 6? 14. I would buy a 14 link chain. Okay, so that's the scoop, guys. So all right, so I'm gonna go install. We're gonna do this double linking thing, man. I don't want to do it, but I'm disappointed. KO Moto, man. Oh man, I can't win, guys. Okay, so I got the double link in there. All right, guys. So I added 2 extra links. I had 2 links right here, so I added 2, and now it's too long. All right, guys. It's all the way at the end of the adjustment. All right, now I could probably get away with it running it like this, but like I said, I didn't want to run it all the way at the end because the brake line is barely long enough. All right, so I want to give that brake line a little breathing room. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do. All right, so this is already almost fully out, man. All right, there's a little more adjustment left. I could probably get away with this, but ideally I think we want to go 1 link less. All right, one link less will get us, I think, in the middle is where we want it. Man, I don't like this swing arm, guys. Also, another thing is, you know, the EBMX swing arm, the competition, it comes with the chain that you need already, guys. Yeah, it actually comes with the chain. So why can't KO Moto do something like that, man? Yeah, well, anyway, but the EBMX one is like almost twice the price, so I guess I can't complain too much. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the I'm going to take the extension off and then cut one link off, all right? And then so it's only going to have this one black thing, all right? So you see how there's a link here between the two master links? Well, there's going to only be, it's just going to be two master links right next to each other. So the nice thing about this is there's only one place to look for master links, okay? I don't have to look here, I don't have to look there. It's all in the same spot. And I'm only going to take one master link off, all right, when I need to service the chain or whatever, okay? So yeah, that's a scoop. All right, I'm gonna cut one link off, and then yeah, it's just hopefully when I cut one link off, I get it where I want it, because I can't put the link back on, guys. Unless I have a third master link. All right. All right. Ta-da! There it is! She's done! Finally, dude! It took so long. It literally took 2 days. The sun is coming down again, guys. Remember yesterday, the sun was starting to come down when I started last night? Well, the sun is already coming down again. So, alright, so I have to say, man, I don't even know what time is it, man. Yeah, I think I've been working on this for about an hour. So it took me an hour to get the chain on there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in the KO stuff, man. I wish they'd had a manual. I wish they had better documentation. That's my biggest gripe about them, man. They have poor documentation, man. You would think they like tested this stuff before they started selling it to people. You know, you think enough people would have this product before, you know, thing. But I guess aftermarket swing arm isn't on a list of priority for people. So it isn't for me, man. So it looks kind of funny, guys. All right. It looks kind of funny. The back is kind of long. It definitely has that stretched look, guys. I feel like I should probably get those subframe risers. All right, the ones that make your subframe longer and taller, just so it looks proper. Okay. One thing to note is that, yeah, man, it's longer now. The fender is not anywhere near long enough to get that to protect you from the splash, man. So here, take a look at this. Alta Redshift, all right, fender, literally goes all the way back here, all right. In fact, it has a fender extension that goes all the way to the tip of the tire, all right, guys. You're only halfway on the wheel with this fender, man, and this is already pretty long. I feel like I need extended subframe as well, man. Yeah, in my opinion, I mean, it's probably better just to buy an Ultra B, but if you could get a different subframe with a long seat on it, all right, yeah, get a subframe that extends like to like here, like pretty much where this is, and then get a seat that's long enough to that, you know, see how where this seat is. This seat ends where the front wheel is, and it like ends where like the battery is, right? So like a seat, yeah, like that would go from here to all the way here would be great, all right? But really, you want to be sitting on top of the battery, all right? That's how this seat is. This seat goes all the way to the top of the battery. I never sit at the front though. I sit like right here. It's not comfortable to sit on the front of that seat. But yeah, man. Ideally, the place you want to sit is actually on top of the battery, guys. You want your hips to be over the foot pegs, all right? So when I'm sitting on this bike, I want to sit right here. That's the ideal spot to sit, all right? Here, the ideal spot to sit is, oh, wait, hold on. No, yeah, the ideal spot is actually in front of that. It's in front of that because your knees have to bend, right? So yeah, right? Ideal spot to sit on this bike is right here, all right? Anyway, yeah, I'm just going over the ergonomics and stuff. But anyway, it's not really going to change the ergonomics of the bike. But yes, the wheel is farther back, and the fender, the swing arm extended, but the fender didn't extend. So all I'm saying is like, yeah, man, you're gonna get that splash and stuff, all right, from the wheel now, all right. big time. You're big time gonna get it. And this isn't even a big wheel. This is a 17, guys. The stock wheel is a 19. It's even bigger, man. So yeah, that's all I'm saying, dude. You're gonna get a lot of splashback. All right, is what I want to say. Okay, so that's kind of some of the stuff that I take from it. Okay, the chain. Yeah. So the last thing I worked on was the chain. Yeah, we had to double link it, man. I had to double master link it, dude. Where is the? I haven't even fired it up yet, but it's right here. See, here's the double master links. Okay, I'll probably just take one out. I will glue them. I'll glue the master links so they don't come out. Yeah, so I had to extend it by one link, guys, and then I got it where I want it. All right, it's like in the middle where I wanted it. All right, it's perfect. All right, the brake line isn't strained. All right, the Supermoto slider is not touching the swing arm. Yeah, my bike has like a lot of kind of weird clearance issues, guys. I wish that instead of I wish they put, since they put a thing right here, I wish they put one like over here. Yeah, if they put a threaded insert here, so I can put a Supermoto axle slider puck or a swing arm puck right here, would be ideal. All right, now, yeah, I could probably put a swing arm slider here. That would probably work, and it's stronger in this area. So I mean, yeah, it would have to stick out a lot though. It would look kind of goofy. Like let's take a look at the stunt peg. Okay, here's the stunt pegs. And I was thinking of using this as a slider. And maybe you still could. I don't know, it's threaded. So yeah, see how much that sticks out? Maybe if you got some plastic ones, it would be fine. I think you could do that, and you could use it as a place to put your feet, I guess, if you wanted to. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So I mean, that could act as a swing arm slider. Yeah, I think it could, but yeah, I would have to put the bike down on its side to find out. I'll tell you this, these work, guys. All right, axle sliders, you see they're all scuffed up and everything, is because I've actually crashed with them before. Okay, guys, and it actually works. Okay, guys. Ideally, this is what you want. You know, it would be nice if they, instead of having the hole here, just to have the hole right here. Have just another one just for the swing arm slider. I mean, I don't think they thought anything about Supermoto riders. God, nobody gives a shit about Supermoto riders, man. But yeah, if they'd made one of these, like over here, like my Victory Impulse TT had one right here. And then you could use it as a swing arm spool slider, like for a stand. You could use it for a motorcycle stand too. It doubles as that. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. What the heck, man? But yeah, there it is. The brake's on there. This has got some good, still got some good movement. All right, this is gonna move up. It's probably it's gonna bunch up is what's gonna happen. This is gonna go in like that when this goes up. Okay. I haven't sat on it yet. We can go fire it up real quick. Okay. There it is. Yeah, buddy. There we go. It's running. All right, so here's that's what the chain looks like in there. All right, it's really close to that brace on the bottom there, man. But supposedly it only slaps up on the top here, and that's where that slider thing is. Okay. So that's how much space there is from the swing arm. All right. I can probably get my pinky in there. All right. Same thing with this one. This one's a little less clearance. You could probably put a bigger tire on here. I think to put a bigger tire, you would probably need some kind of spacer to space the sprockets out to the right a little more. Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot of room. There's plenty of room on this side. There's plenty of room here. You're not going to have clearance problems with that, but there's not a lot of room here. But it's not it's by no way in. This is a 90, all right, guys. So I don't know what it's going to look like with the knobby on there. The knobby should fit just fine too. All right, my knobby's the 16-inch wheel. So there it is. I'm pretty happy. Now I got to get a fresh set of tires, and then we can hit the track, man. Yeah, dude. But yeah, maybe I'll take it for a spin around the block. I'll put some air in the tires. We'll go right around with the slicks. These slicks are worn out anyway, so yeah, so there it is. So it's here's the stuff that we did to the bike, guys. All right, we replaced the swing arm with the KO Moto swing arm. There's the old swing arm right there. All right, I wrote all the torque specs on there. It's just one, man. This one, I put 42 here. That means 42 foot-pounds for that. Tightening the chain was kind of a pain in the butt, trying to get it where I wanted it. This is one of the weirdest bikes, guys, I'm telling you. When you tighten the swing arm, it tightens the chain. I don't know why it does that, man. This is the only bike I know that does that. It's okay. This is the only bike that, so I always know to make it a little bit on the loose side, so when you tighten it, you check it again and it's perfect. So I've got it set to around 10, 11 millimeters of slack. I think this sprocket might be a teeny tiny bit worn out because it's still got those, it's got those spots that are tight and loose type of thing. So yeah. Yeah, and there it is. So we got the swing arm. I installed the Swingarm flappy thing. All right, the mud guard, flappy mud guard here. All right, we'll see how that goes. And then we installed a brand new jack shaft, brand new counter sprocket, and the Warp 9 primary drive kit. All right, there it is. It looks pretty slick. We'll see. It's already flinging grease all over the place. Chain, man, brand new chain. So yeah, man, it's good to go, man. All right, I'm gonna clean up my garage, and then yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Yeah, you guys saw it run for a little bit. There's another thing I gotta do. I gotta do a motor calibration to see what the RPM we get. But yeah, so now that we're done with the rear and rebuild party, we gotta go rebuild the front end now. Basically, I'm just gonna rebuild the forks. The forks are in dire need of service, is what I want to say. They puked out all the fork fluid. That's the fork fluid right there. So I'm pretty sure there's none left in the fork now. All right, but yeah, these forks have been really good to me. I really got good at tuning them, and I'm pretty happy with them now. So yeah, okay, and I think that's it. Yeah. So Warp 9 primary drive chain kit. KO Moto swing arm, and then the Swingarm flappy thing, and then we had to use a 113 link chain. All right, I am not happy that we had to use double master links. Okay, guys, so this is a 112 link chain. All right, it's a primary drive motocross, gold motocross chain is what it is. All right, the stronger one. It's a 113 links. All right, so this is a 112 link chain, but we added one extra link, and yeah, another master link. All right, so that's technically one link. Okay, so the correct chain size would be a 113, and I don't think they sell a 113 chain. I think they only sell like a 114. I would buy a 114 and cut it down the size. I know it's a pain in the butt having to cut the chain down, guys. So, and then yeah, I have to bust out the freaking chain breaker tool and everything. And yeah, well, there it is. So everything's on there. Hopefully we don't have any problems with it. I will have to do a review after we'll do a long-term review on the KO Swingarm. But dude, it looks freaking sweet. I have to say, it looks much nicer than the one on the it looks much nicer than the EBMX one. The EBMX one is boxy and ugly looking, man. I like this a lot better, but I don't think this has any it's not set up for big wheels. All right, guys, this is just a stock wheel, and all this stuff is in the way here. All right, so maybe you can, you could dish the wheel. That's what you could do. Yeah, that's what I would do. All right, guys, if you are having chain clearance issues, if you want to put a bigger tire on this, you could put a bigger tire on this. I would dish the wheel. All right, dish it so the wheel's slightly this way a little bit. All right, then you'll have, because there's plenty of clearance here. Look at how much clearance you got, man. I could stick my whole hand in there. There's so much clearance in there. All right, you can put a much taller tire too. Look at that. Look at how much space there is between this and that. Yeah, you can put a much taller tire. You can put a taller tire. You can put a probably slightly wider tire. This is a 90. All right, guys, you could probably run 100. I have 100 right there. All right, my Michelin Pilot Street tire is a 100, so you could put 100 in there. I wouldn't go any higher than that, unless you dished it. Okay, you may need to dish it if you do that. So and then it'll be like off center a little bit. So, but I'm pretty sure this one is pretty close to the center type thing. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's the end of the rebuild party, and that's what I think about it. All right, that's my honest thoughts on it. This is mainly for the KO Moto swing arm, guys. But I'm glad we ditched the old swing arm. All right, guys. I was having so many problems with it cracking all the time and it being too weak. We'll just have to see how this one does. All right. I don't know how the bike is gonna handle now. You know, since it's wider, or it's longer, it's gonna be more stable, but it's not gonna be, you know, I can't get the front up as easy anymore. So I don't know about that. Honestly, I just want a stronger swing arm, man. That's all I want. I don't really need a fancy one. I just want a stronger version of that. It would be great. All right. So, but really, there's only 2 swing arms you can get on the market right now: EBMX and the KO Moto one. All right. Also, take note. This is the KO Moto version 2 upgraded swing arm. Okay. So they came out with the version 1 and it had problems with the brake nub breaking and the inserts on the aluminum. They had these steel inserts on the swing arm. I don't know why they did that, because the stock is it just threaded into the swing arm. It's built aluminum. It's pretty damn strong, guys. We'll say you can thread a lot into it. Okay, so yeah, there it is. Let's take a look at it from this. Awesome. All right. Thanks for coming along for the ride. That's the end of the HadesOmega rear end rebuild party. All right. Also, if you're wondering, I've got the Warp 9 kickstand, all right, or the side stand, and it's got plenty of clearance. All right, plenty of clearance. Like I said, the swing arm is fully extended. All right. Oh, the last thing you should do is let's sit on the bike. Yeah, let's go sit on it. All right, HadesOmega's gonna have a sit here on the bike for the first time, and I don't know. I think it'll just be, the bike is heavier. I'll tell you that. When I lift up the back, I can feel the extra weight. The spring seems like it feels like it's softer too. All right, so there you go. HadesOmega's wheeling it around. Yeah, it feels like it travels more. You get like more travel. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to reset the sag. So it's gonna happen, right? So what we've effectively done is we've made the swing arm longer. It's a longer lever now, so the wheel will actually travel more. Yeah, because it's longer, it's gonna travel more, and I don't know how that affects the preload. So we're gonna have to probably check the preload again. All right, guys. So that's probably the last thing I need to do. All right, but I'm not gonna do that on camera. Okay, so it feels like the back is really soft. Yeah, it looks like the back is kind of soft. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to ride it. Anyway, look forward to the first ride video. All right, guys. We're gonna go charge this bad boy up, and when it gets to when I get a nice day to ride, we'll go out and we'll go ride with it. Okay. All right. HadesOmega out. Thanks for watching. That's the end of the rebuild party, rear end rebuild party 2023.